In the early spring of 1943, a battalion of infantry were pulled out of the hills around Tunis. For 13 weeks, they had endured the hard, bitter fighting, the rain and the mud. The rearguard of this battalion was C Company. They had provided the spearhead of the battle and had been in constant engagement with the enemy. Now they were due for a rest. The battalion was going to reform and refit. These then were some of the men who had battled for Tunis. Major Gerard, C Company Commander, Company Sergeant Major Gill.
Well, not quite Algiers, Sergeant Major, but 7 days' rest will do them some good, even here.
Just in time, sir. They've had about as much as they can stand.
I know. And they're not the only ones.
The company had been reduced to barely 2 platoons, a handful of battle-weary men. From 14 platoons, Sergeant Nichols, Private Tweddle, Private Thomas, Private Wilson.
Dear Sarge, is it true
Always what true, Tweddle?
that we're going home to reform?
Don't you believe it, Sarge?
I'll believe it when I get there.
Hey, Mahomet! Mahomet!
Middleditch, the Major's batman and company runner. And from 15 platoons, Sergeant Gates, Private Clark, Private Wentworth, Corporal Bean, Private Jarvis.
Look, it stands to reason, Sarge. 116 when we started. And look at us now. They'll have to reform us.
I don't know what's wrong with you fellas. Give you a couple of hours out of the line, you think the war's over.
The last of C Company. The men who had held the farm at square 2735. They had delayed von Arnhem's attack long enough for the First Army to swing into action. 3 days later, Tunis fell. The gateway to Europe was open.